What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. This is Chill Chat episode number 3. We are starting a brand new Pokemon playthrough of Pokemon Let's Go Eevee for the future of Chill Chat episodes. Let's just get into the talking today. So, starting with Mega Dragonite. You may have seen a lot of memes about it, especially from my channel. I did about 5 memes based on Mega Dragonite, so let's get started. Starting with the fact that the Mega Keystone for Dragonite will be called Dragonite Knight. That's just funny. Not much to say there. I did think the new Mega Evolution for Dragonite looks a bit like a Neopet, if you guys remember that old game. I don't know, it's got kind of like that cute vibe. Is this like we wanted? Not really, but sure. That's kind of how I feel about it. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It's just like... it's fine. It's fine. I've wanted Mega Dragonite since X and Y came out, and I was always a bit sad that it didn't get a Mega. Oh, okay, so this is going to be the first look of what you guys really know what I look like. I'm going to go with a character that looks exactly like me. I don't normally do that, so I'm going to do that for this one, okay? So here we go. Perfect. So it's fine. It's fine. I don't love it, don't hate it. It's okay. So yeah, I've wanted Mega Dragonite since X and Y, and I don't know, like, all the other pseudo-legendaries got Negas. I mean, all of those look scary and not cute like Dragonite, so that's something, I guess. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't mean to complain, because we got something we want. I wanted it to look better. Sub-2 NZ, Sub-2 Nerd Zone. I wanted it to look better. And that's okay, it didn't. I understand people really love it, and I 100% get that. If you like Mega Dragonite, I see it. It's very cute. Just, I expected more. I just don't know why it has wings on top of its head. It's very weird to me. It feels like something that should be one of them baby little mobiles? Something like that? Yeah, the things they put over cuts and they spin. It feels like it should be on that. So, yeah, I don't know what to think about that, really. Also, I uploaded a new video called, uploaded my new sub count video. Someone said from a different... Yes, so I uploaded a brand new sub count video. For every subscriber I get, I will be committing 1 human sacrifice. And basically, as soon as I uploaded that video, someone subscribed from a different video. So that's cool. What was I just talking about? Anyway. Oh, I uploaded the new Spider-Man video. Yeah, so I found that mural in Spider-Man, and I was like, don't do it. Just, I thought about it so much, and I was like, this is gonna make a great video. And it did okay. It did pretty good on TikTok. I also found that glitch within Spider-Man 2 as well. Been playing a lot of Spider-Man 2, if you don't know. Oh, that Coldplay concert. The Coldplay released like 4 new singles. Haha. Yes, so that was funny. I've seen it around absolutely everywhere. It's going crazy, man. Like, I don't have much to say on it really, other than I guess don't cheat. Really, I can say that. How's that for you? Alright, cool. I uploaded the Pokemon video about touching the Starly. That was just some weird wording on Pokemon's point of view. I understand Pokemon probably hasn't overthought that because they probably don't know what Rule 34 does. So, but I don't know. I still felt like it was weird. Like when you're introducing your dog to someone, and maybe someone's a bit scared of dogs, you don't say you want to pat my dog. You say you say you pat my dog. Do you want to brush my dog? Do you want to hold my dog? You don't say do you want to touch my dog? You don't say that. You don't just. I don't know. So it was just weird wording. They could have gone with like hold or something, and that would have been better. Also, yes, I am playing on my TV. So that means this is going to be fun trying to catch Pokemon. But I really wanted to do a playthrough of Kanto again, so here we are. We're going to suffer. What else have we got? hey, can I copy your homework? Sure, let's make it some difference. Sure thing. Ah, yes. So, does anyone notice that? I just thought this was funny, right? Nico Robin from One Piece, she has black hair and her name's Robin. And Robin from How I Met Your Mother also has black hair and it's called Robin. And I just thought that was funny. And then I also realized that Nami from One Piece has orange hair, and in the very first season of How I Met Your Mother, Lily had orange hair. So that was just a funny little coincidence I noticed, and I just thought it was funny enough to upload. Oh, here's an interesting one to talk about. So, I did a meme to promote my new Chill Chat episodes, basically. And in that meme, I used Andrew Tate's podcast. I was like, yeah, Andrew Tate's big. He's huge. Well, I mean, he's big and huge, for all the wrong reasons, basically. But, whatever, I thought, look, I'm not trying to get into an argument with some alpha males about all this. I'm just trying to make a funny meme and get some views. So I was like, whatever. TikTok took the video down because they automatically delete anything to do with Andrew Tate, which I get. Now, did I deserve to get a strike for that one or a warning for that one? No, because mine didn't promote anything. It wasn't even hateful. It was just saying that, my podcast was better. It was just a funny comparison. It's not even a podcast I do. I do playthrough videos like this. But anyway, I since got in contact with TikTok about it. They removed my warning, and they were happy to re-upload the video again. But I decided I wanted to comply with TikTok's rules, and I decided not to use Andrew Tate, and I went with just a generic podcast instead. What am I going to nickname as Pokemon? Normally I think of, nicknaming themes. Alright, I'm going to nickname them all after... Alright, I got an idea. Alright, I'm going to call Eevee Star-Lord. We're going to nickname them all after nerd-related things. Should we have a capital L in Star-Lord? Should it be a space? I feel like it should be a space. I'm going to have a space and a capital L. That sounds good. I don't know if that's right or not, but it feels good. So yeah, I decided to play with TikTok's rules. Now, I don't know if everyone's going to agree with using... I feel like I added too many spaces. Or whatever, it's done now. I think I could re-nickname it, but I can't be bothered. I don't know if anyone's going to agree if using Andrew Tate in that meme was ethical or not. And look, if you don't think it was ethical, I won't do it again. It's cool. I won't do it again. That's fine. I'm just out trying to make a full-time career on YouTube and just trying to, support my family and make some money in the process and do something I love. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to start any drama. I'm not trying to do anything wrong. I'm just trying to make a very relaxed place where people can come, chill, and hopefully one day I can start making some money. Oh yeah, we did the 1980s gamer meme. That was pretty funny. I don't know. It's not something I'm gonna do again. I think it's one of those videos where it was funny as a one-time thing, and I think if I did it again, it would become lazy and not very funny. So don't expect me to do that one again. The MCU is talking about doing a restart. So that would basically mean replacing the characters of Captain America's Chris Evans' Captain America, I should say, and Robert Downey Jr. and characters like that, which I've said a long time ago in an old Nerd Zone post that that's what they should do. And I thought about it, and I don't know anymore. I'm stuck. On one hand, yes, I want this to happen, because on one hand, I don't want these characters to get retired or move on, I love these characters and I don't want that for these characters. But on the other hand, do I have Pokeballs? I do have Pokeballs, yay. On the other hand, there's a lot of stories that haven't finished yet. So are we going to leave those stories behind and start from the beginning again? That's what I don't know. Because, Daredevil's story's not finished, Agatha All Along, that's not finished. What about... And I think one of the bigger ones for me, too, that worries me, is what about Anthony Mackie's Captain America? Is the MCU going to be restarted? Is his Captain America no longer going to do anything after Secret Wars, or was it Doomsday? One of them comes out first. I think it might be Doomsday comes out first, and then Secret Wars. And I don't know how I feel about, because like I didn't like. I might do a whole video just talking about Anthony Mackie's Captain America because I have so many opinions on it. But I didn't like Captain America: Winter Soldier and Captain America: Brave New World. But I do like Anthony Mackie being Captain America. He was the obvious one for the Shield. Sam Wilkes made perfect sense to get the Shield. Bucky's got his own stuff to do, and besides of all, like, you know, the brainwashing Bucky has, it just Bucky doesn't, I guess, deserve the Shield, and if anyone was going to get the Shield, it would be Captain America's right-hand man, and the person who's been with him all throughout Civil War, Sam Wilkes. So, yeah, Sam Wilkes deserved to get the Shield. But we'll walk it, it's fine. But I didn't like Captain America and Winter Soldier. I just didn't think it was very good, and I didn't really like Brave New World either. Didn't like that either. But it's not him. He just needs some good stories, man. Like, I haven't watched Falcon and Winter Soldier since it basically came out, but I recently did watch Captain America: Brave New World, and I just didn't think it was a good story. I think there were a lot of missed opportunities, a lot of missed aspects, and the story just turned out kind of bland because of it. So I'm stuck there, because I don't want his story to end. I want him to prove to me that there is good stories there to be done, and I know that there is, but I need to see those stories. I want to see those stories more than anything. I want to see a good Sam Wilkes Captain America movie. I really, really want that, and I just I'm really hoping that he plays like a big role in Secret Wars or Doomsday, like Steve Rogers did. Because I think if he can do that, then that can prove to not just me, but everyone, that he can do this. He can be good. And he is good, but he just needs some good stories. My God. But anyway, I'm sure he'll get there. But with the MCU also restarting, it does open up, what about Miles Morales? I really wanted to see Miles Morales enter in the MCU. I know it's something Tom Holland also wanted to do. But Sony did actually tell Marvel not to touch Miles Morales until the Spider-Verse saga is over, if that ever eventually does end. So, because that movie's taken forever to come out. So, I don't know, it creates this complication that restarting the MCU at this point in time, because there's so many stories that I don't want to see wrapped up just yet. There are a lot of characters, though, I do want to see return to the MCU, and there are a lot of characters and stories I don't want to end. But I don't know, like, it seems too soon to be wrapping up this, like, the MCU and starting again. It feels really, really soon to do that when we've still got more stories to go. But I don't know, but like, I also don't know what Marvel's got planned in the background. Maybe the new season of Daredevil's going to come out next year. Maybe the new season of Agricultural Long is going to come out next month, for all I know. So there's a lot that we don't know just yet, and therefore, I think there's a lot of I can't really judge something I don't know yet. Like, there's just a lot I don't know. Anyway. Off topic on all of that, I am just heading over to IGN's Instagram page to take a look at what else has been happening. First photos of the LEGO Game Boy revealed. Yes, really hoping I can pick that one up. I don't think it's going to be that much, so that will be good. They're also bringing out new Animal Crossing LEGOs on the 1st of August. They're bringing out 3 new sets. The museum set is absolutely my favourite one, and I will be getting all 3 of them, hopefully. They also brought out One Piece sets, which I'm a little bit about. I don't know. It's based on the live action One Piece, which I do enjoy, but I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it, honestly. They're cool sets, but they're also very, very expensive. So I'm kind of like 50-50 in what I think of the One Piece Lego sets. I do kind of want them at the same time, but I also don't want them at the same time. Like, I'm really stuck on what I think of that one. New cards from the Magic of Gathering. Is this new cards from the Magic of Gathering? Upcoming Spider-Man crossover. That is awesome! I have never played Magic of the Gathering, but this looks cool, so that's awesome. Original 2002 Lilo and Stitch co-creator Chris Sanders is writing live-action sequel script. Oh my god, we're already getting a live-action version of Lilo and Stitch. Look, people liked the movie. And I'll admit, I went to go see a live-action How to Train Your Dragon, and I loved it. It was awesome to see that movie come back again into theaters again. It was awesome to re-experience it in a brand new light, in a brand new way. And it was super, super good. It was so, so good. So, I guess they know what they're doing when it comes to live-action movies. Except for Snow White. Let's just ignore Snow White. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I think of that. San Diego Comic-Con has begun, and Nickelodeon is showing off a bunch of cool items, because from Avatar, Lost Avatar, SpongeBob SquarePants, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Pretty cool collectibles, not much to say there. Netflix renews Wednesday for Season 3. Has Season 2 even come out yet? There's still sold 2 weeks for Wednesday returns for the first part of its second season. Okay, nice. I don't even know if Season 2's out yet, but Season 3's already been renewed. That sounds cool. Wednesday, Season 1 was already really, really good, really expanded on the Addams Day Family universe in a really unique way, so I definitely respect it for doing that, because I feel like Addams Day Family, when you go back far enough, like back to the 60s and the movies they did, Addams Day Family's always kind of had this same formula type thing, and I really think Wednesday put a massive big spin on that, and huge respect to Jenna Ortega for playing Wednesday. She absolutely kills the role. She knows what she's doing. She's awesome. So, good for her. Nintendo Switch is the fastest selling game of hardware in the US history. Yeah, damn, that's crazy. Well, Switch did absolutely insane. So, yeah, I guess, what else do you expect from the Switch 2? Yeah, but that does mean, like, the Switch 2 and the PlayStation 2, I think, have now both sold better than their original. Which the PlayStation 2 doesn't surprise me. I think it could play like CDs. The PlayStation. No, say PlayStation can play CDs. PlayStation 2 could play DVDs. Sorry, and I think because it could play DVDs and DVD players at that time was super, super expensive, it helped the PlayStation 2 sale. And I think with the Switch 2, yeah, most anticipated console of all time. Basically, like people have been wanting the Switch 2 for ages now. So I'm not surprised. Joseph Quinn says Tom Holland is our best ever Spider-Man and wants a Fantastic Four team-up. I would not say no to that. That sounds awesome. Is Tom Holland the best Spider-Man? Yes and no. Honestly, I love all 3 Spider-Mans to death. Tobey Maguire was absolutely brilliant in the original series. Andrew Garfield, fantastic actor. Tom Holland, also fantastic. All 3 of them are just fantastic, talented men who brought this character to life. But what I can say with confidence, though, is Zendaya is the best MJ, and no one can change my mind. I can't remember who played MJ, Mary Jane, in the original Spider-Man, but MJ has always just felt very basic to me. Like, there's not been much depth to her character. Zendaya took that character, she said, nope, we're gonna make her absolutely awesome, she's gonna be cool, she's gonna be this well-rounded, awesome character, and I just loved her. She was awesome. That being said, Gwen Stacy in The Amazing Spider-Man, also very, very cool. So they were brilliant characters. Oh, Donkey Kong Bonanza! Bonanza? Banana? I don't know how you say it, but that's doing really, really well. Apparently, that's like one of the best games this year, which is crazy. I did not expect it to do that well. I honestly thought it would be like. I honestly thought it would be like Princess Peach Showtime or Mario vs. Donkey Kong Remaster, where it would just be like. It would come out, it would maybe take you like a week to beat, and then everyone would move on. But I was wrong. It did amazingly well. And so, good for you. Spider-Man Brand New Day is a street-level story, says Kevin Feige. It sounds brilliant. Spider-Man's always been, the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, so I like that. That's enough of IGN for now, because I did want to talk about Cleveland Joe. My name is Cleveland Brown, and I am proud to be right back in my hometown with my new family. There's old friends and new friends and even a bear. Through good times and bad times, it's true love we share. So now I found a place where everyone will know my happy mustache face. This is the Cleveland Joe. I've been watching way too much Cleveland Show, and that song is way too catchy. Alright, so I watched a video by Lydia Loves Timelines, basically doing a breakdown of the Cleveland Show, and it raised an interesting point to me, that the Cleveland Show did something really, really special. It made a very boring character actually well-rounded and interesting, and I'm not just talking about his gut. Sorry. And it's an insanely good point. It really did make Cleveland Show actually an interesting character. And Cleveland wasn't. He talked slow, and he was a slow-talking black man who wore a yellow shirt in Family Guy. That was his entire thing. The fact they gave him a spin-off was just amazing. So yeah, respect to the writers of Cleveland Show there. However, it was still pretty bad. I think the problem is with Cleveland Show is some of its messaging in its episode is just bad. I think, like, in the second episode ever of Cleveland Show, after the pilot, Cleveland literally killed the family dog. That was basically his first impression of being a stepdad we ever had. And I think that left a bit of a sour taste in everyone's mouth. I know it definitely did for me. I think also that a lot of people say that Cleveland's friends aren't really notable. I like them. I think they're pretty good. They're decently funny. My favorite character in the whole show is Rollo, though. He is just amazing. I don't know, like, he's just so funny. I did see a comment on Reddit actually saying that the Cleveland Show is essentially a show about a black family written by a team of white people, and that is completely fair enough. I think they don't tackle as much racism as the show as I thought when I first went into it, so that was something. But yeah, I imagine, like, I mean, I'm not black, so I can't go into the big ins and outs of what they said right and what they said wrong there, but I imagine, yeah, for a lot of people it was very much... I shouldn't say black, sorry, I should say African American. I'm sorry, I wish to apologize. That's what I should say. I completely forgot Cleveland Show is based in America, so that was stupid of me. Anyway, so it's an interesting show. It's a very interesting show. I think when they brought the show back to Family, when they brought the family back to Family Guy definitely ruined it though. Like Cleveland Show was obviously pretty bad, but then they just did nothing with Donna. They did nothing with Rollo, and they did nothing with oh my god, what is the daughter's name? Why can't I think right now? Rollo Jr. Roberta. They did nothing with Roberta at all. Also, there's a whole episode of Cleveland Show where Cleveland Jr. is actually like the original Cleveland, because Cleveland Jr. and Family Guy and Cleveland Jr. in Cleveland Show are two like different characters completely. And originally in Family Guy he was very energetic and like skinny and all that stuff, and in Cleveland Show he's fat and like slow moving and slow talking. I've been thinking about it, right? Because that happened when he, like, in Cleveland Show, there's a whole episode saying that, oh, yeah, like, Junior is a secret government spy and he took out Cleveland's son and then now he's playing Cleveland's son. But I think, like, my personal headcanon is this. My headcanon is that Cleveland Junior, when his parents got divorced, his mental health took a dip. He became a lot less energetic. He stopped running around. He stopped exercising. And he started eating. He started eating as a way to comfort, as a way to take away that pain of his parents being divorced. And because we know that Cleveland Jr. stops believing in God because his mum said that Jesus would forgive her for having an affair with Quagmire. And he thought that was way too simple to forgive her, which I think could prove that Cleveland Jr. doesn't really forgive his mum for having an affair with Quagmire. And I think it also means that he lost his comfort. He lost religion, in a sense, is that I think he lost kind of like that security blanket. Because I think for a lot of people, religion can act as a bit of a security blanket sometimes. And I'm not saying that's the only reason people are religious and believe in God and go to church, but I'm saying, like, during hard times, that's what people do. That's how they turn to religion. And I believe Cleveland Jr. lost that, and therefore, he started eating his feelings. He started just eating food, constantly eating food. And I think... And we can see it because he carries around that plush toy, Larry the Leopard, and I believe Larry the Leopard became his friend because he found a way he could talk to someone without feeling judgment, without bothering his dad, without feeling that judgment. And we also constantly see that he is, like, constantly going up to his dad, and he's constantly asking for his dad for love and his dad's attention, and I think that's because he lost that from his mum. He really did. I think the divorce hit Cleveland Jr. much harder than anyone makes out it did. And therefore, he now seeks a lot of attention from his dad. And now he just eats food and just tries to take comfort through that. But that's just my silly little opinion. Obviously, like, probably none of that's true because it all comes down to what the Family Guy writers want to do now. But that's just what I think anyway. I really want to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments below, so please do let me know. But yeah, Cleveland Show is one of the most interesting cartoons that I think ever existed because it took a very basic character, made them well-rounded, but unfortunately still failed for a number of different reasons. Like we said, it was a show about an African-American family written about white people. It was just kind of, I think it had a hard time breaking away from Family Guy. Like, I feel like whenever the Family Guy cast show up, whenever I saw Peter or Lois on screen when on Cleveland Show, I was like, what are you doing here? This isn't your show. I just feel like... I just feel like Cleveland Show needed to break away more from Family Guy. But it also just needed better messaging, because my god, the messaging in Cleveland Show was awful. Like, one episode was just being fat was a choice. That was a fun one. Another episode like that, we talked about religion already in Cleveland Jr.'s religion, but let's bring it up again. That episode where there was the storm, and the family were like, oh, we gotta pray, and then Cleveland's like, I don't believe in God, and they're like, what? No way! And then... I don't know, like, it had a good message. It had a very good message about, you know, respecting people's religion and all that kind of stuff. But in the episode, like, a tree fell down on Cleveland, and the family wants to sit there and pray. And Cleveland Jr. starts setting up, like, a contraption to get the tree off him. And, you know, at the end of it, Cleveland's like, oh, it's because God showed you the way how to do it. And Cleveland's like, Cleveland Jr.'s like, I learned it in school. And so I think, like, the message of that episode was a bit mixed. Because, like, we need to... People need to support everyone's religion, I think should have been the message of the episode. And, like, I mean, The Simpsons did it right. They made Lisa a Buddhist. They did a whole episode about that. They did a whole episode. Even Marge tried to convince Lisa not to be a Buddhist, but then she ended up just accepting her daughter, that she still loved her, and her daughter could still celebrate Christmas, even though Christmas wasn't in the Buddhist religion. I don't think it's in the Buddhist religion. Please correct me if I'm wrong on that one. So it's like... The Simpsons got it right, guys. Why couldn't you? I'm disappointed in you, Cleveland Shaw. I'm disappointed. And... I don't know, because of that disappointment, I think a lot of messages in Cleveland Show get a little bit terrible. And I also think that... Can we battle the gym now? I think we can, yes. Yeah, we can. So the messaging in Cleveland Show is just a little bit rubbish, and the jokes also just sometimes aren't very funny. Yeah, we need tight matchups to answer this gym. We've got a tight matchup all sorted, don't we? Because we have Bellsprout. This gym might go terrible because I'm kind of weak, but we're going to try and get for the first gym. So that's that. Let's go to my very last opinion. My very last thing to talk about for today's episode before I'm going to wrap up. I did a video about Red Dead Redemption. It should be live on YouTube today, hopefully. If not today, very soon. It has spoilers for Red Dead Redemption, so please don't watch it if you haven't played Red Dead Redemption 2. But I did it. It was going to be a topic in this video, in Chill Chat actually, but I wanted to cover... it was a very detailed conversation, and it was covering a lot of spoilers in Red Dead Redemption 2. So instead of making an episode in Chill Chat, I decided to make it its own very video. So that's that. Also, another thing before we wrap up the day, we are going to battle Brock first before we wrap up the day, but I've also moved memes down to every Wednesday and every Saturday. Daily memes just weren't working anymore. They were getting views, they were getting subs, they were getting likes, but it just wasn't anymore, and I was just worried people were getting sick of their sub box completely being overfilled to the brim with my videos, so we brought that down to one a day. Alright. That is that. I have not decided what Pokemon I'm using on this team yet. Ooh, I nearly forgot. Okay. Hunter Schafer was not selected for the live-action version of Zelda, which I'm a bit disappointed about, but no one's even heard of the new actresses and actor to play Link and Zelda, so people are happy about that, which I don't blame them. Better to have someone you don't know, someone who's actually going to portray the character quite well than a A-list celebrity. But all that being said, I'm still upset it's not Hunter Schafer. I'm not gonna judge the new actress. What's her name? Bo Barrickson? I probably pronounced that wrong, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to her. I'm not gonna judge her, I'm just gonna be a little bit disappointed, but I'm trying not to let that disappointed cloud my judgment. I think it's still gonna be a good movie, and I'm not gonna judge it just because I wanted Hunter Schafer to take the role. So I'm not gonna judge it. Assassin's Creed live action series headed to Netflix. Super excited about that one. Assassin's Creed is an awesome game, but there are so many games and there is so much lore that goes into it. So I'm looking forward to a Netflix series I can sit down and watch and then figure it out from there. So that will be good. Really looking forward to that one. I think we've got everything. I'm still just scrolling through IGN's page, just making sure there's nothing I've missed. We just killed the chill dude, very nice. I think that's everything I wanted to talk about pretty much. The new Superman movie came out, didn't it? Yeah, that's doing pretty good. It looks pretty good. Haven't watched it myself, but definitely looks very, very good. Dog adoption interest spikes after over 500% after Superman releases, thanks to crypto, which is awesome. Dog adoption's very good. Please adopt dogs and look after them. They are cute little friends, and lots of them need new homes, so that's awesome. Alright, let's battle Onyx. And after we do this, I am wrapping up today's episode. I think I covered everything I want to cover. So that's pretty good. And that was today's Chill Chat episode. When the next episode of Chill Chat will be out, I have no idea. I really need things to talk about when it comes to the Chill Chat episodes. Is that I need topics that are going to be interesting. And sometimes I don't have a lot to say. Oh, Bellsprout died, that's annoying. Sometimes I don't have a lot to say on every single topic that comes out, you know? Like, sometimes I got enough. And that's okay. I'll keep coming out with different ideas and different topics I can discuss. Other things will happen, or I'll think of something naturally that I want to come up with. Today, yeah, we did pretty good. We've been recording for 36 minutes. My god, we'll just get this gym done, and then we will wrap up the recording. Just scrolling through Instagram, making sure there's nothing I've missed. I don't see anything, though, so I think I covered everything. So that is good. Here's something. The Big Bang Theory spin-off Stuart fails to save the universe. Is moving forward. Oh yeah, Big Bang Theory is getting a spin-off of Stuart, isn't it? I forgot about that, actually. That's a decision, I guess. I never really liked Stuart's character, because, again, I don't know why Hollywood thinks that, oh, suicide character wants to kill themselves, that's funny, ha ha ha. And it's just not funny. Oh my god, every show, well, not every show ever does it, but a lot of shows do it, and it's just never that funny. So it's always just very annoying. And I don't like it. Anyway, now that I'm done complaining. We just bet Brock. That might have been like a really hard fight there, because it might have seemed very slow, just me going tackle and tackle over again, but honestly, I'm sitting on here scrolling through Instagram, just making sure there's nothing I've missed. But I think we're good. I think I have covered everything. Anyway, we've done the first gym, so please subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one. I'll be playing the rest of Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, and yeah, I don't know what the team's going to be. If you have any suggestions for the team, please let me know in the comments below, because I have no idea who I want to use. I'm thinking about using the Kanto starters, but I really am unsure. So please subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!